Hello, Sensei Cisco here for Sensei Martial Arts. If you're tuning in the future, please jump ahead to the 2-minute mark, as we always start up a little early to propagate the space for a lot of viewers. That being said, looks like I do need to adjust the height on this. Oh no, height's probably good. I think we're set back here. Yeah. So I want you guys, you need to be able to see our feet today, because we will be working on a bit of footwork, how our feet can connect to our body in motion and for our strikes and techniques and things of that sort. But right now, I'm going to real quick share the page on our Facebook, as always. Get some of our followers there to know what's going on. Loading pages. Clicking there, clicking there. Right, there's that. Looks we already have one viewer jumping in. Excellent. Glad to see you. As always, feel free to add your names into the comment stream so I know who is here. I can address you more directly for anything I know you might need, especially if you are one of our Skype students and we've had our conversations for those video call lessons this week. All right, and we are at the 2-minute mark, so 6 o'clock, let's get started. All right, that's good. Great. Rings must. And jumping jacks. Let's go to 50. Itch. Knee. Sun. Sheep. Go. Rook. Sit. Punch. Coup. Ju. Jitch. Juhi. Jusan. Sheep. Jugo. Juroko. Jusichi. Juhachi. Juku. Niju. Juj. Juni. Jusan. Jushi. Jugo. Juroko. Jusichi. Juhachi. Juku. Sanju. Sujuj. Sujini. Sujusan. Sujusi. Sujugo. Sujuroko. Sujusichi. Sujuhachi. Sujuku. Yonju. Yonjuj. Yonjuni. Yonjuyon. Yonjushi. Yonjugo. Yonjuroko. Yonjusichi. Yonjuhachi. Yonjuku. Yonju. Yone. Breathe in. And out. Push-ups. Bring it on down. Itch. Knee. Sun. Sheep. Go. Roko. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. Take a seat. Sit-ups. Pitch. Knee. Sun. Sheep. Go. Roko. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. Come on up. Frog squats. Pitch. Knee. Sun. Sheep. Go. Roko. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. And shake it out. Bounce loose. Roll your neck. Reverse. Keep it relaxed and smooth. Hug. Keep your arms up So you want to hug up at the shoulders and reach all the way back. Chop. Bring your elbows straight behind your ears. Roll. Reverse. Again, big and relaxed. Freeze, twist. Keep your feet planted to the floor as your arms swing loosely around the body. Down to our hips, roll around. Reverse. Roll the knees. Reverse. And reach the sky, toes facing forward, shoulder width apart. And reach all the way down, keeping your knees straight. Pitch. Knee. Sun. Chi. Go. Roko. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. Feet elbow width apart. And crisscross. Pitch. Lean back. Knee. Sun. Chi. Go. Roko. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. Good. Fan the toes. Press the knees. So pushing on the inside, not the top. Just separate them out to the walls. You can almost like you're trying to do the splits here. Drop one shoulder to the middle, sort of twisting the spine. Switch. Keep that pressure on your knees. Good. Sit in the center and rock. We're going to push one knee straight as you lower your weight to the opposite foot. Keep your back as straight as possible. Kind of sitting tall. Good. Lift your toes up to the sky so you can drop deeper to your heel. Stay low with your knees bent as you switch. Good. Drop one knee to the floor and press the opposite towards the wall. Hitch. Knee. Sun. Chi. Go. Roko. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. Stay low, lifting the knee up and dropping the opposite. Hitch. Knee. Sun. Chi. Go. Feel that pull. Roko on the back hip. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. And come on up. Shake it out. Give it a bounce. And relax. So, our theme for today is footwork. So how do we use our stances, shikarachi, zenkutsu, chizen tairachi, to facilitate or allow us to do the blocks and punches we looked at last week? Now, we still want to maintain the setups we talked about, punching, having the pinkies drawn together before pushing the first two knuckles forward, drawing to the T before sliding up for joranuke, the X before sliding out for churanuke, L for sliding in for ura churanuke, and the fold to slide into geiran uke. But how do we combine those setups with our stances? So to start today, let's take a look at what stances we have, define those, and analyze how we shift or move between those stances before we add the strikes to them. So first one is our walking stance, or Chizen Taidachi. This is just how we walk forward. Now, typically, if you're walking down the street, you're going to lift one foot and then reach out and place it forward. Many of us will walk heel to toe. So as you reach the foot out, your heel's going to hit the floor before you rock your way to your toe, the back foot shifting onto the toes. So a natural, or casual walk is going to see this sort of rocking motion as I roll my weight onto the new foot after swinging it out. I swing, land, and rock. Swing, land, and rock. Swing, land, rock. Swing, land, rock. And this is how the average person walks in their day-to-day life. There's nothing wrong with that. It works. The reason why it works is it's very low energy. By letting our foot swing, we don't have to engage the muscles. Instead, we can throw it out and then shift our weight forward and then catch again. So really what we're doing isn't so much as propelling ourselves forward as we walk, as we're falling gracefully. Think of it like this. If you stand on one side, lean your body forward, right to the point where your toes sort of pinch the floor to hold you up, and rock back. Rock forward, rock back. Rock forward. Now it's at this point that you feel your toes pop and they're engaged. You're kind of balancing on your tiptoes before you fall. This is where the average person steps. You would reach forward, and if you go a little bit further, one foot's going to shoot out to wherever it needs to be for you not to fall. And then we lean forward again and catch again. And this is basically how you walk. If you ever take a moment to watch a toddler or an infant taking their first steps, you're going to see they kind of lead with their chest. They lean way forward and then bah, bah, bah. And they'll kind of have those straight legs that'll catch. And they don't use their knees so much as they swing the whole foot around to where it needs to be. These are gross motor skills, major muscles engaging. Because when they're that little, that's all the body understands. As we get older, we start refining that. To where now when I lean, instead of swinging my whole leg, I'm going to bring my knee up first. So I can swing a little bit easier and in a straight line to allow me to move straight forward. In karate, martial arts, however, that sort of swing and catch, no bueno. We don't want that. Because the moment we're falling, we are, by definition, off balance. To fall means to lose one's balance. So when you're walking down the street, you're falling over and over and over again. You're just falling really good and catching yourself with the other foot over and over and over again. And after many, many years doing that, it's natural. You don't even think about it anymore. You just, all right, I need to walk to the fridge, and all right, I'm going to go ahead and walk to the fridge. For karate, though, we never want to leave the ground. We want to maintain connection and press ourselves to the direction we choose. So a walking stance is going to have both feet planted. I'm going to slide my toes across the floor. So my back foot's going to slide in and out. Now put your hands on your hips, shoulders back, bring your back foot in and forward, in and forward. So you can feel your toes sort of sliding on the ground, like you're digging them into the sand at a beach. Now, I'm going to sit back here, walking side to side. I want you to watch the toes as I move. At no point does my foot actually leave the ground. Instead, I slide, push the toes in. Even when I turn, I'm going to cross. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. Cross in front and then twist on the toes. This switches my feet so I can slide once more. Now the distance I take is about the same as I would naturally walking. one foot in front of the other, not toe to heel, but with maybe another foot or half a foot in between. If you want to check this, similar as we go with the shikadachi, come up on your back toes and drop your knee. It should come even with your heel. This is a pretty good distance for Chizen Taidachi. To slide one leg shin length to your heel. And that's it. Sliding the toes, never leaving the ground. This way, at any point during that step, I can plant and push off. Let's say I'm walking forward, something comes at me. I can push off those toes and change my direction on the dime. Now, this is important to say because when we move the other stances, shikadachi and zenkutsu, even more advanced mikuashidachi, having this connection with the floor is going to allow us to transition between those movements much easier. So let's take a look now at shikadachi. As a quick review, shikadachi has our feet just outside shoulder width, bending the knees till our knees are over our toes, shoulders are back, tail sticking out, sometimes known as koshi in. To check our distance, come up on one toe, drop that knee in, and it should have one fist between your heel and your knee. So your toe to toe is a fist plus a shank to the toe. Keep those toes planted, and there's our shikadachi. To step in shikadachi, we're going to set this looking one direction, and my feet are going to be apart. Now I still have my width side to side, but now I want them a little off center as well. So what I have is what we like to call train tracks. Train tracks lean two poles straight along with each other. So using those train tracks, I can step in together and then push the toes forward onto the original track. Come to one track, push the first track. In and first, in and first. Same thing if we walk backwards. Now, if you're not moving with me yet, please do. Stay low to the ground as you do this. Keeping a bend to your knees is key. If I stand up, I kind of get this bob, up and down, up and down. This is wasted time. It's also a lot of wasted energy because every time you have to lift, you got to work those muscles even more. Even if it doesn't feel like it, because when you get up, now this feels comfortable. This is okay, my muscles aren't working. Well, surprise, surprise, it's doing more work than you think. So, even though staying down can be hard, because you feel the muscles all the time, it's not working as hard as standing up. So, stay low, knees bent, and push it out. Together and out. The second thing is to be mindful of the lead leg. My front toes are pointing where I'm moving. As I come in and push, new toes are facing forward, old toes are pointing sideways. Old toes sideways, new toes forward. Forward, side. And relax. To step in shikadachi. Zenkutsu, our forward stance, is going to work a similar method. So now Zenkutsu dachi. I'm going to place like shikadachi, only now I'm going to turn my chest straight forward. So now I'm squared up into the direction I'm moving. Front knee is bent. Back leg, though, is straight. So my knee is locked out, straight like a beanpole. The toes are pointed off to the front corner. So now when I draw up, I can push using that back foot to thrust out. Toes are to the corner, lead toes to the front. Together and thrust, pushing from the knee. Lead toes forward, back toes corner. Bring in and push from the knee. Now walking back in Zenkutsu doesn't work as well, but we can do it. So now I'm going to use the front foot to kind of push me back to 2 knees bent, and then just extend the knee out. Push to together, extend out. Push together, extend out. Push together, extend out, unless there's a wall there. And of course, don't extend out, don't put holes in your walls. So let's do some walks in Zenkutsu. I'm going to change my angle so you can see a little bit clearer. I'm going to stay one level. Knees together, push, thrusting myself forward. Together, thrust. When I come back, together, extend. Together, extend. Draw to push, draw to push. Draw to reach, draw to reach. And relax. We want the difference between pushing and reaching is where's my balance? Where is my weight being set? For Shikadachi, my weight is right here in the middle. That means 50% on this foot, 50% on this foot. Now, I weigh somewhere between 170 to 180, which means I've got about 90 pounds of weight on both legs. 90 here, 90 here. Just about. I haven't weighed myself in a long time. But point is, I'm 50-50, equal weight. On forward stance, I'm going to put 90% of my weight on the front foot. Almost all of it is on this front bent side. So I'm kind of leaning my hips forward. So I only have about 10% on the back. That means I'm putting about 150, 160 pounds right here. And only about 10 to 20 back there. This makes it so that when I pull my back foot in, I'm not really shifting my weight. My chest isn't moving much. If my weight was back in the middle, like this, now watch what happens when I pull this foot in. See, my whole body has to move. If my whole body has to move, that means I can't strike, I can't deliver an attack. So, this is key. As I'm stepping in Zenkutsu, I want that weight already forward, so all I have to do is pull the foot in, and then I push my whole body to the next position. Draw in, and then push to the new position. When I'm reversing, I'm going to kick back, keep my weight here, and just extend the back foot. Kick together, and extend, reaching to the new position. I'm still planting myself here as I reach in the new direction. All right, sound good so far? Cool. Now let's put them together a little bit. Shikadachi and Zenkutsu are like best friends. These two stances work together like peanut butter and jelly. They just move together. Now, other stances work this way too, but Shikadachi and Zenkutsu are probably the most closely connected because it's far more beneficial to do one with the other than it is to do either one alone, especially delivering the power that Zenkutsu has. Throwing that hip power into a strike to rock your bag, to knock out your opponent. This is made by sitting in Shikadachi and then pushing our weight onto the one side. So I can see set in the middle, and now my body's slightly off that center point, preferring one leg. As I lean a little bit more to that side for that Zenkutsu. Now, to walk with this, we can start in our Shikadachi. Now place your hands in your hips, and then return to Zenkutsu, putting our weight forward. Then we're going to draw up, press out only part way, where I can push into my Shikadachi, and then turn, pushing the rest of my weight forward. Draw halfway for Shikadachi, push into Zenkutsu. Half to Shiko, push to Zen. Now Moate means we're going to take our back foot, draw it around, sit in the middle, and push to the front. Draw to the middle, push to the front. Draw to the middle, push to the front. Moate, sit in the middle, push to the front. Draw to the middle, push to the front. Draw to the middle, push to the front, and shake it out. This is Shikarachi and Zenkutsu. In basic class, this is key. This is going to be one of the most important positions and shifts that you're going to learn for stances at this beginner level. So let's take this and move up and down a little bit, just feeling that shifting of weight. How do we move? How do we glide? Keeping our feet on the ground and sliding like we did with our Chizen Taidachi. But now sitting in Shikarachi and pressing our weight forward for Zenkutsu. Ready? Start with Zenkutsu. And ich, ni, ich, ni, ich, ni, moate, ni, 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 ich, knee, itch, feet together, sit in the middle, knee, push to the front, itch, together, middle, knee, push to the front, itch, shift to the middle, knee, push to the front, and relax, shake it out. All right, so these are our basic stances. Chizen Taidachi, walking stance, sliding our toes. Shikarachi, squat stance, sitting in the middle with even weight. And Zenkutsudachi, turn to one foot, prioritizing weight on the front so that the back can be soft and allow that press, that push into the target that we're looking for. All right, shake it out. And let's break for water. Get yourself a drink. And when we come back, we'll add in the blocks and punches. All right, so if you got your water, come on back, bring it in, and okay, right? Go ahead and relax. So now let's talk about how our hands, these setups and deliveries that we had last week, will play into our stepping motions. Now, the short answer is step, set, strike. That easy. There's an order of operations that we're going to look at here. We're first going to step into the whatever position or direction that we're looking for. We're then going to set up, get the chamber before the strike, and then deliver that strike. Now, that might sound easy, but what I see most often in new students is a blending of all those positions, where as a student moves, they'll, for instance, take punches and they'll punch as they walk. Now, this looks like I'm punching with the step. There's a slight difference though. Let's see if you can see this difference. This is what I see with new students. This is what I want to see in advanced students. Did you see the difference? Now, if not, that's all right. It should be hard to tell. But there is a distinct timing issue. On the first set, as I was stepping, my punch was coming out, and when my foot landed, my punch landed. So I'm moving foot and hand at the same moment. This is what I see most often in new students. So be aware that if you're a new student, if you are a white belt, yellow belt, even to a certain degree an orange belt, you may be doing this. If you're an advanced student, take a look back. Make sure that this is not happening for you, because we should not be striking with the step. We want the step to land before the hit does. The reason being, anchor. We want to plant ourselves to the floor before we ever push on something. If our feet aren't locked, all we're going to end up doing is pushing ourselves away. Anytime you hit something, anytime you punch, kick, block, you are trying to push something away. Think of it like lifting a heavy weight. If you have a weight and you want to pick it up, and it's sitting on the floor here, you're going to put your feet on the ground and then grab it, right? What you're probably not going to do is reach down and grab it and then jump and try and pick it up while you're in the air. Did you notice, even though this is a light weight, this is only 10 pounds, me trying to pick it up while I jump is a little funky. I can get it to about here before I'm falling. But if I plant my feet and then grab it, suddenly this is very easy. I can pick it all the way up here in one fluid motion. Simple. But if my feet aren't on the floor, I get to here before it just stops. It doesn't want to move anymore. This is because I'm not connected with the floor. Our connection with the earth, our feet on the ground, gives support and structure to everything we do on top. Just like when you build a house, they pour a foundation, like a big concrete slab or a big basement. This creates a surface that the house can be built onto. If you were to build a house without that, the house would just sink into the ground. One part a little bit more, the house would warp and then snap and break. The house wouldn't be very strong. So, same in our stances, same for our strikes. We want to build our floor before we strike. Build your floor, then we strike. Ground yourself so that you can use the floor to push into your target. You can also think of it like this. Find a wall. Plant your feet and start pushing on that wall. You'll feel some resistance. Also, you're not going to push that wall over, but with your feet on the ground, you're not moving back, and you can get that pressure. Now, put your hands on the wall, jump, and then push. Push while you're in the air. You go flying. This is because while you're in the air, there's nothing holding you. There's nothing for you to push off of into that wall. Your punches, your blocks are the same exact thing. So, going back to that first example. Brand new, moving together, means my foot's in the air when I contact. So if I'm really hitting, I'm going to push myself away before that foot ever lands. Advanced, or what we really want to see, is slide, connect, and press. Slide, connect, and press. Step, set, strike. Step, get your anchor. Set, find your angle. Strike. Step, plant yourself. Set, aim to the target. Strike, break through that target. Grounding, aiming, striking. Sound good? All right, let's try some Chizen Taidachi Chudan Zuke. Walking stance, chest, punch. Ready? Up. 1, 2, 3. Up. Step, set, strike. Up. Step, set, strike. Up. Step, set, strike. Up. Step, set, strike. Moate, set, strike. Moate is a step. You're moving your feet. Step, set, strike. Up. Step, set, strike. Up. Step, set, strike. Up, up. Moite. Notice even when I turn, I'm keeping that fist out. I'm letting it hover as I step. Keep it out, then move. Keep it out, then move. Keep it out, then move. When I turn, same thing. I keep it all the way around before my set and strike. Let's try it with some Jodanuke. Dropping to the T. Step, set the T, strike. Up, 2, 3. Up, 1, 2, 3. Up, 2, 3. Up. Moite. T, strike. 1, 2, 3. Step, set, strike. Step, set, strike. Step, set, strike. Step, set, strike. Moite. Set, strike. How about Chudanuke? Using your X. Step, X, fold, explode out. Step, X, explode. Step, X, explode. Up, 2, 3. Up, 2, 3. Moite. X, explode. How about Buddha Chudanuke, inside block, using the L. Step, L up, swing in. Step, L, draw. Step, L, draw. Step, L, draw. Step, L, draw. Moite. L, draw. Step, 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 L, draw. Moite. To the L and draw. How about Geidanuke, low blocks? Using the fold up. Step, fold up, slide down. Step, fold, slide. Step, fold, slide. Step, fold, slide. Step, fold, slide. Moite. Fold, slide. Step, 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 fold, slide. Moite. To fold, slide. And relax. Shake it out. So, now we got some motion stepping before our sets and strikes. Let's take it to the next level. This is combining now stances with blocks and strikes. So we can create a block into a counter. Now this is for our basic class, the end goal. This is the routine, the technique that we're going to look for at the orange belt level to get you moved up into the intermediate classes. So really focus on this. Make sure your stances are strong. Make sure you're shifting Shikarachi and Zenkutsu like we talked earlier. Sit in the middle and press. Draw, middle, press. Draw, middle, press. Using that motion as you do. We're now going to combine that motion, that stepping action, with the sets and strikes that we had for blocks and even punches. Now to combine these, we're going to do, again, multiple steps. Never forget, practice slow to train fast. Slow is fast. Sounds a little funky early on, but trust me, it will make sense as you get older, as you get more experience. Ask any black belt. They'll tell you, practice slow, and you will be able to move effectively fast. Now, to do this, what we're going to do is start in our Shikarachi. We're going to block in our Shikarachi and then do a reverse punch, meaning opposite hand and foot in Zenkutsu. So what I like us to do, start off in a yoi position. Feet shoulder width apart, hands in front. We're going to start with Jodan, up towards the head. So taking one foot, in this case, as a mirror, I'm going to use my right leg, you use your left leg. This way we look as a mirror to each other. We're going to step back into shikirachi, kind of drop your weight. So your left foot should have stepped back so that your right foot is pointing forward, same side as me here. As I step back, I'm going to draw my T and high block. And come back. Let's try just that shikirachi. Drop, T, strike, and return. Drop, T, strike, and return. Drop, T, strike, return. Drop, T, strike, return. Drop, T, strike, and return. Let's try the other side. Drop, T, strike, return. Drop, T, strike, return. Step, set, strike, right? Step, set, strike, return. All right, back to the first side. Now we're going to add Zenkutsu with the strike, with the punch, counter. To do this, we're going to drop our shikirachi, lift the T for a high block, set, strike, step. Shifting our weight is considered a step. Anytime we shift our stance, our position, even just leaning to one side, we consider this a step because we are moving our center of balance. Stepping is just shifting our weight. Just like we started the class, I talked about lifting our foot and planting our weight. This is a step. Anytime you shift your weight, you are stepping. Even if your feet haven't moved, I step to the right, I step to the left. Make sense? All right. From your draw back, step, set, strike, then step into Zenkutsu. Set, strike with the opposite hand. And draw up. Shikirachi, T to block. Zenkutsu, pinkies to press. And up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And up. Trading sides. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And up. Up, 2, 3. Up, 2, 3. Let's speed it up. Ich, ni, sun, ich, ni, sun. Up. Up. Shikirachi, T block. Zenkutsu, pinky press. Up. Up. And yame. Shake it out. For the rest, outside block, inside block, and low block, stances remain the same, counter will remain the same. So we're always going to draw back to our shikirachi, then put up a setup to draw it in, put up a setup to press it out, put in our setup to draw it down before turning in to pinkies and press. So the punch will always remain the same, the stances will remain the same. The only thing that's going to change is how we set up our block and which block it is. So we set up the appropriate block that we're looking for. All right. Let's try with Churanuke, outside block. Yoi. We'll have this side stepping back first. Ich, ni, sun, shi, go, roko, sichi. 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 Other side, starting slow. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roko, sichi. 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 Ich, ni, san, shi, or ich, ni, san, shi, go, roko, sichi. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roko, sichi. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roko, sichi. And shake it out. All right. How about insides, drawing from the L? Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roko, sichi. 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 Other side. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roko, sichi. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roko, sichi. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roko, sichi. Ich, ni, san, go, roko, sichi. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, sichi. So I missed that count. Ich, ni, san, go, roko, sichi. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roko, sichi. Woo. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roko, sichi. And shake it out. Last one, gate on. Ich, ni, san, go, roko, sichi. Ich, ni, san, shi, 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 go, roko, sichi. Other side. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roko, sichi. 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 And relax. Shake it out. Good. Now, if done effectively, you should kind of feel this flow as we're drawing in, back for our guard, and then pushing in to deliver that strike. Whenever you're striking, you want to put your weight into it. Put your strength, your chi into that strike. Now, by putting your weight into it, that doesn't mean lean into it. Don't drop your weight onto it, but rather place the center of your gravity forward, pushing towards that opponent to direct your power in the direction you need, but not overstating where your balance point is. If I push too far, well, now I'm just having myself fall over. Never mind the opponent pulling me down. So, that all being said, we now have strong stances, how to step between those stances, how we can use that step before our setup, and then the setup into an effective strike. Plant your weight, find your aim, then deliver with power. Getting this timing just right through practice, repetition is key. Because once you can get this down and your body starts doing it automatically, without much thought, we can start speeding it up and speeding it up and speeding it up until that old 1 and 2 together becomes plant before the strike. And we shorten that up little bit by little bit to the point where the landing happens a fraction of a second before the strike lands. But slow practice is how we teach our body that timing. And this takes years of practice to really internalize and make it part of you naturally. This isn't something that's going to happen next day. It's not something that's going to happen a month from now or 2 months from now. But with diligence, focus, and practice, it will become a natural part of your movement through the rest of your life. Until you get into a fight and somebody's attacking you and you don't have to think about step, set, strike. It just happens. They attack. I get my block into my punch and I deliver with power and speed without thought. All right. Now, that all being said, let's go into a cool down, running through our katas. We've got an itch and we've got a knee, but bearing in mind these step, set, strike that we've been working through today. So I'm going to turn away from the camera so we can both be facing the same direction. You're facing in, I'm facing forward, and step, set, strike for every motion. Keep on the count. There will be 3 steps, 3 positions for each one. Ready? Starting with, you got itch, yo, go, step, set, turn to strike, step, set, strike, step, set, turn to strike, step, set, 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 turn to strike, step, set, strike, step, set, strike, step, set, strike, step, set, strike. You should be facing away from the camera here, away from the screen. Step, set, strike, step, set, strike, step, set, strike, back foot, step, set, strike, step, set, strike, step, set, strike, step, set, strike. Draw to yoi, read. All right. This time, instead of the step, set, strike, let's call out the specific positions. So I'm going to call stance, what the setup is, and what the strike is. Ready? You got itch, yo, shigarachi, fold, zenkutsu, slide, or low block. Shizen tadachi, pinkies beat, press to punch. Draw back, shikarachi, fold, zenkutsu, slide to gate anuke. Step, shizen tadachi, pinkies, press to punch. Shikarachi, fold, zenkutsu, slide to gate anuke. Shizen tadachi, pinkies, press to punch. Shizen tadachi, pinkies, chudanzuke. Shizen tadachi, pinkies, chudanzuke. Step to the back, shigarachi, fold, zenkutsu, slide to gate anuke. Shizen tadachi, T, jodanuke. Shigarachi, fold, Zenkutsu dachi, slide to Gedan uke. Chizen tadachi, T, Jodan uke. Step over for Shizen tadachi, pinkies, Gyakuzuke. Chizen tadachi, pinkies, Gyakuzuke. Chizen tadachi, pinkies, Gyakuzuke. Chizen tadachi, pinkies, Gyakuzuke. Back foot steps through, Shikadachi, fold, Zenkutsu, slide to Gedan uke. Chizen tadachi, pinkies, press to Jodanzuke. Shikadachi, fold, Zenkutsu, slide to Gedan uke. Chizen tadachi, pinkies, press to Jodanzuke. Draw back to Yoi. Read to finish. Yeah, practice makes perfect. Take your time and run through it slowly, analyzing how's my stance, how's my setup, how's my delivery. Am I locked into each of these positions the way Sensei would want me to? All right, moving in to got a knee. And then we'll wrap for today. Ready? Got a knee. Yo. Right foot steps forward. Chizen tadachi. T. Jodan uke. Chizen tadachi. Pinkies. Jodanzuke. Step back to the high wire. Shikadachi. Draw the L. Sweep down. Make a big letter C to swing into Gedanuke. Look to the right. Draw up with the right foot out. T. Jodanuke. Chizen tadachi. Pinkies. Press to Jodanzuke. Draw back one more time. Shikadachi. Fold. Right hand on top. And slide into Gedanuke. Left foot. Chizen tadachi. X. Shudanuke. Chizen tadachi. X. Shudanuke. Left foot. Maigiri. Stomp into your Zenkutsu. Left. Hijiape. Elbow straight. Right hand. Gedanzuke. Left hand. Fold. Slide to Gedanuke. Right hand. Draws pinkies. And press to Gyakuzuke. Pull the right foot up. Folding the knife hand in to strike back behind. Step through with the left, Chizen tadachi. At this point, you should be facing away from your screen. X, Chudanuke. Right leg, Maigiri. Drop your weight into Zenkutsu, stomping the floor. Right elbow draws up, Hijiape. Left hand punches low, Gyakuzuke, or Gedanzuke. Right hand will fold over and slide to Gedanuke. Pinkies draw together before the left hand presses a Gyakuzuke. Draw the left foot in. Left hand swipes across the chest to chop back to the front. Turn facing front. Left foot will shoot back. So now we're in Zenkutsu. X, Chudanuke, draw, and double Zuke. Left foot draws up, so the right foot can shoot out. Left hand will draw under to the X. Chudanuke, before we draw in, and double Zuke. Draw up, Chiyoi, and bow, right. All right, forgot a knee. So, we covered a lot today. Practice makes perfect. Run through these regularly, make it a habit. Anytime you do, Shikadachi blocks. Now we're sitting at the start of class, we're doing these star blocks to draw up, to draw out. Make sure we're using those setups each time. Set up before delivery. If we're doing this to walk down the deck, step before we set and strike. Step before we set and strike. Step, set, strike. This way we can anchor our body into position before we follow through into aiming and hitting to break our board, break our target, and defeat our opponent. But coordination is key. Practice, practice, practice. All right. As always, if you have questions, please leave them in the comment or send me a message directly. And I'll see you in the next one. Kyosuke. Arigato gozaimasu. Basic class is dismissed. For intermediate students, we'll gather here in just a moment. I'm going to take a quick water break. When we come back, we'll get into Miko Ashidachi, as well as Hanchidachi, and how we can move using strikes in these positions as well. Right. This area around this area is one of these puzzles. There's one right there. Make sure you drop it. Right that one. That's because that one is on top of the other one. So we drop it into the air and drop it to get it shoulder open. So actually does that box here, that box here. Then let me know what you find there. All right. Thank you for your patience. Let's come back together. If you can hear my voice, run on in, and let's come to attention. That's good. Great. And shake it out. So let's get our bodies warmed up a little bit. For this, we'll do some rapid fire kicks. Now, for the kicks today, we're not looking at height. We're looking at speed. So I'd like all your kicks to come to about belt height, where your belt knot is, not up to the chest. Don't kick to the head, as we haven't stretched yet. Right now, we're just looking to get the body moving, get everything kind of lubricated and warmed up. So, starting with front guard, we're going to pop off the back and throw front kicks, rapid fire down the middle. Ready? Itch, knee, sun, shi, yo, rogo, sichi, hashi, ku, ju, switch, itch, knee, sun, shi, yo, rogo, sichi, hashi, ku, ju. And relax. Now, that's too fast. Let's take a look at your technique. As we're set here, I'm not putting my weight in the middle. I'm letting my weight set on my front foot. This way my back foot is light on the floor. In other words, a standard fighting position is here. A speed kick is here. Speed comes from relaxation. I need that leg relaxed on the ground. If I'm using it to hold myself up, it's not going to move the way I want it to. So I'm going to have to move my weight forward before the kick. Versus having weight over there. See, I can just snap and fire in. Weight distribution is key. So let's try those again. Okay, setting your guard up. And now place your weight on your front foot. So your back heel is slightly off the ground, kind of pointed to the sky. And we can kick to draw the knee up, drawing that chamber in. Ready? Itch, knee, sun, shi, go, rogo, sichi, hachi, ku, ju, switch. Keep your weight on this foot. Your body shouldn't move. It should be stable. Place your weight on the front and throw the leg up, drawing from the knee. Itch, knee, sun, shi, go, rogo, Sitchy, hachi, ku, chi, and shake it out. Side kick. Similar idea, only this time we're going to lean to the back. So you can draw the knee up and flick it out, keeping your weight on the back foot so that the lead leg can snap forward. Itch, knee, sun, chi, go, roka, sichi, hachi, ku, chi. Other side. Itch, knee, sun, chi, go, roka, sichi, hachi, ku, chi. Shake it loose. Yomawashigiri, round kicks. After this, I'm going to change my angle a little bit so you can see how my leg swings up. Again, I'm keeping my weight on the back. And itch, knee, sun, chi, go, roka, sichi, hachi, ku, chi. Switch. Place your weight on the back. And itch, knee, sun, chi, go, roka, sichi, hachi, ku, chi. Good. Deep breath. All right, let's take a seat. And we'll stretch out on the floor today. One leg out, grab your toes, and draw in, hitch, knee, sun, chi, go, sichi, hachi, ku, ju. Switch your grip, hitch, knee, sun, chi, go, roko, sichi, hachi, ku, ju. Switch your feet, grab your toes. And I notice when I'm pulling, I'm drawing my elbow, same side, I'm drawing my elbow down to my leg. Hitch, knee, sun, chi, go, roko, sichi, hachi, ku, ju. Switch your grip. Here I'm going to draw my elbow out to the side. Itch, knee, sun, chi, go, roko, sichi, hachi, ku, ju. Right, both feet in, butterfly. Shaking the knees. Press to the floor. And draw one knee over to the inside. Grab this little swoop, one foot on our knee, and reach out to the opposite side. Place, in this case, same side hand next to the knee. Lock the elbow, and then reach out as far as you can. Itch, knee, sun, chi, go, roko, sichi, hachi, ku, chi. Switch. And we're trying to keep our hips down on the floor. Same side hand, straight elbow, and reach. Walk your fingers like a spider. Hitch, knee, sun, chi, go, roka, sichi, hachi, ku, chi. Very good. Let's switch to cobra. Looking up to the sky. Drop down. One knee out to the side. Stretch your long end. Keeping your hip down. Take the bent side arm. In this case, this is my right side, right hand. I'm going to reach back and grab the opposite foot to pull into my tailbone. Hitch, knee, sun, chi, go, roka, sichi, hachi, ku, ji. Drop down, switch the feet, and look to the sky. Cross arm to drop. Itch, knee, sun, shi, go, roko, sichi, machi, ku, ju. And relax, feet together. Draw the hips back for a cat stretch. Set your hips down to your ankles and roll your arms to your feet for child's pose. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. And rock back on your feet, stretching the ankles. Good. Toes under, owl, and rise. Go ahead, bounce it out. Shake it loose. And feeling good. Now, actually, let's drop down real quick. We're going to do one more stretch for ankles. Mine are feeling a little stiff today. So I like to give them a quick rotation. Now, of course, if you ever feel like something is stiff or you need a little extra time to stretch something, warm something up, you can always do that at this point in class. If your instructor is looking to move on in their exercises, and we just did a warm-up, like, all right, let's move into our next exercise. Feel free to raise your hand and say, Sensei, I'm feeling a little stiff here. Can we add a stretch today? I have never heard of a coach, at least not a good coach, say, no, we're moving on. If you ask your coach for an extra bit of time to stretch because something is feeling stiff, they will accommodate. They will move into a stretch to help you out because a good coach knows stretching and warming up is the key to safe execution. If you don't warm up before you exercise, you risk injury, pulling muscles, ripping tendons, serious injury. So if you feel like something's a little stiff, your coach should be making time to make sure that you are ready to go into class, or at the very least, helping you stretch out a little bit and then being mindful that you may not be performing to your highest degree that day. In essence, this will keep your coach from getting on you and yelling at you for not getting so low in your stances, because your sensei will know, all right, they're having some problems with the legs today. They're a little stiff, so we'll let some things slide today because they know you're dealing with something out of the ordinary. So always, when your coach wraps up stretches, raise your hand, ask if you need it. Never hold that back. Personally, I would rather you interrupt the class and the flow of class to make sure that you are safe more than anything. Safety comes first, period. Because if you're not training safely, you're sure as heck not going to fight safely. All right. Now, my ankles are feeling much better. Got that little roll out. And let's go in today's lesson. Now, similar to basic, step, set, and strike. Last week, we talked a lot about how we set up our knife hands to deliver, setting up our low knives with the fold, setting up our oitsuke to meet before the push, setting up our hammer fist to roll down the center. Now let's add motion into this. And of course, speaking on the stances first, because if we don't plant ourselves, we're not going to be able to force a strike in. We're not going to be able to effectively press and attack with the same power that we would otherwise. So let's take a look at some intermediate style stances and how they can move and interconnect. We'll start with Nahanchi-dachi. Now, Nahanchi-dachi is similar to Shikodachi, whereas Shikodachi, we're sitting in the center, toes are flared 45 degrees or 90 degrees from each other. If I'm facing here, the 45 from my center they're 90 from each other. 45 plus 45 equals 90. So toes are flared out, knees are over the toes. Now Hanchi-dachi brings the heels out, and then I pinch the floor. So my toes are facing straight ahead in the same direction that my midline is. I'm then going to take the whole of my foot, heel to ball, and squeeze, gripping the ground. Now, this means I am squeezing from the inner thigh, but the force isn't to pull the knees in. If I just pull the knees, that's going to pull the shin away from the femur. We don't want this. This is kind of corkscrewed. It doesn't line up the bones very well. Instead, I'm not pushing my knees out, but I am pulling my feet in. Shigadachi, Nahanchi-dachi. Shigadachi, relaxed, sitting in the center. I'm not squeezing or pressing. I'm kind of loose, seating in my position. Nahanchi, toes go forward, and I squeeze the ground like pincers on a claw machine. Now, check it out. Nahanchi-dachi, for the most part, doesn't really shift or transfer into other stances very well. It is a locked position. Very useful if you have others kind of piling on you. I say this in a lot of my younger student classes, or when we're having a party and students would jump and kind of tackle sensei and pull him to the ground. All that down energy, I can nahanchi and grip the floor. And if somebody tries to pull me one way, I'm compensating. I'm holding to the center. Someone pulls me back, I can grip and hold the center. Nahanchi-dachi is a stabilized form. It locks us into place, grips the floor so we do not move. Now, this is very useful for a whole series of different strikes. Oitsuke is a prime example. We can take Nahanchi-dachi and deliver an Oitsuke. So, if we're set up in our Oitsuke, punch leading out to the side, I'm going to turn the toes, point in, line it up, and then when I shift, I'm going to press my toes forward all the way and grip the floor as I lock. So I step, set, right here on my set. Pinkies meet, my feet are already gripping the ground before the strike. I lock as part of the set, and the strike happens after that point. If we look back into our basics, Shigadachi and Zenkutsu, I would step, set, strike. Step, set, strike. It happens as we move. So in the case of Shigadachi, I'm stepping with the set. I'm turning into the strike, shifting my balance and weight in locking positions a fraction of a second before the strike lands. This is a strike. So this is Nahanchi-dachi. Now Nahanchi-dachi does have one stance, especially in Nahanchi Shodan, Nidan, and Sandan, it cuts us when we try and step over, when we're moving side to side. And that is the corkscrew or cross-legged stance. For this, what we're going to look at is drawing around, placing our knees together, kind of the pocket of one knee wrapping around the kneecap of the other, and then my toes flicking to alignment. So right now, if I had a stick or a pole, which I actually have right here, and I place that on the floor, I could put one foot with the toe, my big toe kind of up against that pole. When I step around, my next big toe, if I don't accidentally kick it while I'm talking, will place in that line level so that I can come around and side kick into the floor, pushing the heel out to the stomp. And then I regrip. Fold over on the toe line, stomp on the toe line. Step in front, step in front, to shift between. As soon as I stop, I re-grip. But as I said, Nahachi Dachi is kind of a bit of a standalone position. By no means does this mean you can't use it with other stances. You know, setting in your Shikidachi and someone trying to grab or pull you to the floor, pop those heels and grip. This will lock you into position, so it's harder to get you to move. Especially if you're pushed up against the wall, and you're trying to rock here, tuck the knees, grip the floor. This will help keep you on that wall to roll and tuck in your positions before you can shoot out to one side. This even helps us get that draw. If I have my Shikidachi open here, first off, I'm relaxed. I can get these bobs and weaves just fine. I can even shift into a Zenkutsu if I want it to really get a dip over. However, I'm relaxed. My groin is also open, which means a front kick, that could hurt. So Nahachi limits that range. Now for them to kick up, they've got to get right in that dead center. This means I can tell what kick is coming. If it's drawing up the middle, I know they're going for the groin. If I'm here, they might be going for the outer knee. They might miss. They have a wide range that they could find a leg and then slide into my groin. Nahachi limits that option. If they try and swing up, they're going to hit a kneecap or they're going to strike true. But if they do strike true, I'm already drawn with the pressure. My weight is already pulled here. All I have to do is pop one heel. Now I'm closed up. Compare that to Shikidachi. Open here, relaxed, and then drawn. I'm still pretty open though. So let's try that out. Let's play with this idea. Put your back up against a wall and sit in a Shikidachi. Kind of hands up in the air, protect your face. And I want you to shift, draw one knee in and back. Hup, hup, hup. Kind of turning on your toe and pulling your hip around. Hup, hup, hup. Now, that should feel somewhat smooth. Now try it with Nahachi Dachi. Toes facing forward and gripping the floor. Grip the floor and then turn. Hup, hup, hup. You should feel it's much tighter. It's much smaller here. Keep that up. Hup, 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 hup. So you're closing up your whole groin. Your thighs are pressed together here. Hup. So now that twist happens faster and tighter as compared to Shikidachi. Bear in mind, everything is circumstantial. At this point, we are very circumstantial. How are we attacked? Where are they attacking from? And what do I intend to do with it? So, there is no best way. There are only better ways based on your circumstances. So, be familiar with both of these as part of that. Now, getting back to that cross step. This corkscrew step happens as well from cat stance. Cat stance is an excellent example of shifting that weight from the back up to the front. Now the difference here, whereas the Nahachi cross step, my feet are close together, not quite touching, but they're both on a single toe line because I'm trying to move in one direction. So my feet are following that line to move. For Niku Ashidachi, into that corkscrew, now I'm looking at shifting my weight from the back to the front. Letting my weight rest here or here. Another way to think about it, which heel is up? If my front heel is up, my weight is back. If my back heel is up, my weight is front. Shift back, shift front. Back, front. To do this rock, take your front heel, draw it in, and drop your back knee into the front knee pocket. Almost like it's going to rest on your calf muscle. Draw back, weight on the back leg, turn up, weight on the front leg. My hip is also turned into that front direction. lead hip, lead hip, lead, lead. And kind of feel yourself rock back and up, back and up. Let's switch sides. Maintain your height. And think more, where's my weight? Is it on the back toes or on the front toes? Back toes, front toes. Back toes, front toes. Knees apart, knees together. Knees apart, well, more knees pocketed rather than together. Back, front, back, front. Now, what would be the benefit of this shift? Well, we see it in our concept, in Pinan Shodan. This shift allows me to throw a front kick off the back leg, or even a side kick, a round kick for that matter. What it does is it shifts my weight to facilitate the back leg to come up. If we take a standard cat stance, my weight's in the back, the front leg is loose. That means just like when we warmed up today, and we had a loose leg in the back that we could flick quickly, now we have a loose leg in the front that we can flick quickly, keeping it set back and drawing the knee into a quick little pop. Great for a low strike, hitting just below the belt and popping the groin or popping the lower gut, even to a certain degree, popping the shin and just getting that little hit on these little pressure points on the bottom. In my experience, I tend to do this if I'm trying to lead or goad an opponent into a higher strike. I would pop the leg and then deliver 2 punches to the face. Because they're thinking, oh, they're trying to hit my feet. Now I'm going to lead in, strike the head, shoot low, hit high. Shoot high, hit low. Keep your opponent guessing. But for the shift here, now our weight's in the front. And just like in the starter class, we can now use that back foot to get a quick snapping kick up. So I shift and I snap. I shift and I snap. So I can come out quickly with a new kick. Shift, snap. Sound good? All right. Let's play with that. Shift into your corkscrew. We're going to kick with that back foot 10 times and return right back to this corkscrew. Itch, knee, sun, cheek, go, rook, sichi, hachi, cube, cheek. Switch your feet. Then cat stance on the back. Shift your weight forward. And itch, knee, sun, cheek, go, rook, sichi, hachi, cube, cheek. And relax. Shake it out. And let's check our time here. How are we doing? All right, that's the midpoint. So, we good time. Let's go ahead and break there. When we come back, we'll take a little look at cat stances and our knife strikes. Break for water. All right. Let's come on back. If you can hear my voice, line it in. Back to your operating space. And break. Make a sauce. Relax. Now, into the high knives. And we're looking at step, set, strike. Get your feet locked in position before we even line up into our delivery. So let's go with our high knives first. Reviewing from last week, we can set up our high knives. Favorite one side. Actually, one moment. I'm going to shut this window so I don't have so much glare. There we go. That should help. I'll turn this light on. There we go. Now we should have a little better lighting. So, as I was saying, reviewing from last week, put cat stance on one side with a high knife. Shift our weight over, drop the lead, thumb to thigh, lift the bottom to the cheek before rolling out from the elbows to strike. Drop and lift, press and pull. Drop and lift, press and pull. Now, right off the bat, even using this position we had last week, we're using step, set, strike. Shifting our weight as the step, setting with the draw, striking with the delivery. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Low blocks. 1, getting the fold. 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Using the alternative low block. 1, drawing to the hip. 3, and pushing out. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good. And shake it out. So, after going through that quick review, now let's move it into the cat stance steps. Cat stance, placing your hands on your hips. Let's do a quick review there. Lead leg drops the heel 45, so our heels are in line before we shift the weight, and then draw the back toes straight out to position. Heel line, shift, press the toes. Heel line, shift, press the toes. Heel, shift, press. Heel, shift, press. 1, 2, 3 to move forward. Now to put the hands with this, we'll start with the high knife. We would drop the heel, shift. As we shift, I'm going to already start this draw. So the draw finishes by the time my foot reaches position, and then my delivery comes next. Drop, shift and draw, set, strike. Drop and shift, set, and strike. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, as compared to the more basic positions, shigurashi with blocks. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We find that the cat stance has 1, 2, 3, 4. The reason being for this are our hips. Nigoashidachi is the use of hips is a little peculiar, at least compared to Shigurashi and Zenkutsu. Now, Shigurashi and Zenkutsu definitely still have hip actions. We still want to draw energy from the hips. Even with the squat punch, I kind of throw that hip forward a little bit. I pop it to throw centrifugal energy into my fist before the strike. This is a bit more of an advanced technique or advanced interpretation of that punch. Think the advanced class. That's why I really emphasize that use of the punch. Cat stance, we want to line up the hips. So as we step, I'm actually going to overshoot this hip on my draw. So my back hip can push in for the actual swing. If I were to adjust this or change it, instead have the draw here, step, set, push. I don't have that use of hip action, because what happens is if I draw here and then step into the hands, I end up with the same issue I had that we mentioned in basic class, being trying to punch with a step. Always remember, you want your feet in position before your strike lands true. Now in cat stance, because this isn't so much a straight point A to point B use or movement, like one shikarashi to the next being 1 to 2. Shikarashi pushing from one to the next, I'm just kind of thrusting that hip forward. Niko ashirashi, I'm going to shift my weight up before my foot can even move. This means, whereas shikarashi, I can move my whole weight as one motion. Niko ashirashi, I got to place my weight before I can make that motion. It's a little extra step. Now, of course, with proficiency, that step becomes near imperceptible. It's almost impossible to catch it unless you know what you're looking for. So the average person seeing a cat stance for the first time, good, oh yeah, they're sitting and stepping forward. What they miss is that little twist, that little shift before the step. So as we set our high knives, we step and shift to place. Now that we're here, I've got my foot locked, I've got my arms locked. Now my hips can rest me into position. I set and rest to place and throw the strike in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So my step is that shift of weight and draw. Shikarashi, step, set, and strike. 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 1, 2, 3, 4. This is why cat stance has this 4 count rather than the basic class's 3 count. All right, let's look now with the low knife hand. Stance is going to be the same, count's going to remain the same. So we can shift our weight, step, and strike. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. During the back draw hands, same principle. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sound good? All right. Practice slow and repetitiously. Now, I believe that covers everything but the hammer fist. For our hammer fist, we're going to take this one directly out of Pinan Nidan. For the Pinan Nidan, we find hammer fist occurs with a Niko Ashidashi as well, another cat stance. So, from our Yoi position, now typically if we're facing the same direction, our first one's going to have right foot step out, before we shift our weight and hammer with our left hand. I'm going to go ahead and mirror for you today, which means I'm going to step out with my left, same side as you, before shifting and throwing my right. Again, a mirror to you using your left. You should look the same as I do. All right. Now, to do this, I'm going to start in our yoi, take a step forward. Now, as we turn, we're going to drop our weight and cross our hands in front, kind of like making a low X with the left hand underneath. This is the hammering hand. It's going to be underneath the lead. Our lead hand is going to draw across like we're about to throw a low block. Similar angle here towards the knee. The reason for this is I'm looking to deflect or block. Maybe they're throwing a kick, a front kick into my side, so I'm looking to dodge out of the way and deflect it using my arm to redirect their foot to the outside here. Maybe they're going to throw an uppercut with their left hand. And again, I'm looking to swing this arm to deflect it off to the side. Meanwhile, the hammer's already setting up for this delivery. Hammer, as we practiced last week, put a hand on top, so that way your elbow stays in line with your body. We roll in, pinky up, to swing that pinky down. Rolling the elbow up on top. Roll under to push through. Roll under to drop. So, keeping that motion with the hammering hand, keeping the elbow in. We'll step, block. Notice my hand's coming on top again. I'm just not coming all the way to the elbow. I'm only coming to the wrist. So that my elbow can push out and hammer. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Left hand's kind of just staying in place, isn't it? My right hand's swinging over it. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, to move on, we'll step up, punch, step back to the low block. Now, for the next one, we kick back to the stance, and we make another X. Now, my chamber hand kind of punching over top rather than swinging. I want to push it straight out. Think of this as punching down into the top of somebody's leg, or in this case, we just did a low block. Maybe they just threw a kick, so I deflected that kick out to the side, and then they're trying to, they try to throw a kick. We deflect that out, so now they're going to lead up or lead in with a low punch. I can draw my backhand to create an X, a guard, to catch that punch before rolling the guard out into the strike. So, from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up. 1, 2, 3. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Shigarachi and Nekutsu are 2 different steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Sound good? All right, shake it loose. So let's continue with Pinariran, taking a look at these positions and breaking them down by individual part. Step, set, and strike. Right. For this, we will mirror, or I'm not going to mirror, I'm going to face away. So we'll keep same direction for flow. But if there's a position that looks a little funky, I will turn the camera to adjust and show those positions for you. Calling out which hand is the lead, which hand is behind. So remember your right from your left, and keep that in mind as we go. Pinariran, yo. 1, 2, with the right hand on top. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Back to your and bow. All right. This time, let's call out the positions by name. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll talk about each angle as it holds. Hiraniran, yo. Chizen Tanachi, Nigashinashi. Low X, drawing the elbow to hammer. Chizen Tanachi, line up the pinkies to press Joranzuke. Shikarachi, fold, Zenkutsu, Geiranuke. Draw back, Nigashinashi. X, low X. Draw the right elbow to hammer. Chizen Tadachi. Meet the pinkies. Press Joranzuke. Shikarachi. Fold. Zenkutsu to slide. Geiranuke. Chizen Tadachi. T. Joranzuke. Chizen Tadachi. T. Joranzuke. Chizen Tadachi. T. Joranzuke. Shikarachi. Fold. Zenkutsu. Geiranuke. Chizen Tadachi. Pinkies to press Joranzuke. Draw back. Shikarachi. Fold. Zenkutsu. Geiranuke. Chizen Tadachi. Draw the pinkies. Joranzuke. Shikarachi. Fold. Zenkutsu. Geiranuke. Chizen Tai. Pinkies. Joranzuke. Chizen Tai. Pinkies. Press. Chizen Tai. Pinky. Press. Step through the back. Planting in a pseudo corkscrew. My knees are together, but my back toes, my left toes, are drawn out in front of the right toe line. Draw all the way to Nigashirashi. Fold to press. Shift directly to a cat stance. Since we're not stepping forward, we can draw the foot straight out. Draw to the hip to press. Draw back, hip, press. Step out, hold, and slide. Back to Yoi and Rick. All right, so how's your Pinanida coming? We're getting a feeling for how these positions set up for each other. Having these ingrained, moving slow, and getting them built into your natural movements is key to that fast presentation. That you can move quickly from point A to point B and not worry about moving point A to B to C to D. Because A to D, B and C are already there. They're just so smooth and hidden into the motion that the average eye won't see them. And that hiding, that sort of non-telegraphed motion is key towards multiple actions in one motion. Being able to deflect and strike all is one. Deflect and strike all is one. All right. Let's move in. You still got some more time? Excellent. Let's take a look at Pinan Shodan. So, Pinan Shodan. Right. Pinan Shodan. Go. 1. Check your hands on your side. 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. Oh, that's low point. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1. Shifting your weight. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Back to Yoi and bow. All right, now let's talk calling out positions. Pinan Shodan, Yoi. Step out, Chizen Tadachi. Shift, Nigashitachi. Hands to the hip. Deliver high and outside blocks. Drop the high to the outside. Punch through. Muate. Shift your weight, placing your hands to your left hip. Double block. Drop the high. Push through the front. Draw feet together. Make the X. Right hand on the outside. Outside block with the chamber. Kick second. Step across the front for Muate. Shift the weight. Draw a high knife. Thumb to thigh, palm to cheek before delivery. Heel, shift, step and draw, deliver. Heel, shift, step and draw, strike. Step into Chizen Tadachi. Right hand drops down, level with the chest. For the right hand to press down the middle, Nigate. Left foot steps through the back. Shift your weight, drawing the high knife, cheek and thigh for delivery. Shift the weight, draw the hook with the chamber before setting and delivery. Draw back, turn with the chamber, strike second. Shift the weight forward, draw the hook as you chamber, and settle to the strike. Draw the left foot down the center, shift the weight, drawing the heel in, X, back fist, front chamber, front kick, place, drawing the hip to the pinkies, and extend. Heel in, shifting the weight forward, drawing another X. Think of this as a large X, almost like I'm starting like a low block, facing backwards, but it's going to roll up to the X. Front chamber to front kick, placing down to the train tracks before drawing the hip to the thumb, pinkies, and pressing the punch. Shikarachi, low guard and back, inside guard and front, roll the shoulders to deliver a supportive block. Back foot slides, Shikarachi fold, Zenkutsu to low block, step up to high block, Shikarachi fold, Zenkutsu low block, step up to the T, high block, return to Yoi, and bow. All right. And practice makes perfect. Repeat this multiple times. Rewind the tape if you need to, but be mindful of these positions as we slowly move into faster, more fluid actions with proficiency. I believe that is about our time. We're a little short, but we'll call it a little early today as we work very hard. So, come to attention. Okay. Remember, practice makes perfect. Being mindful of your setups and balance before your delivery. Arigato gozaimasu. Man, that'll do us for today. I'd like to thank you for joining us. If you have questions, throw them in the comments, message me directly. I respond to them as often as possible. Of course, if you like this video, if it was a help to you, please hit the like button. It does help us a lot to show appreciation in that what you found was engaging and informative. So throw that vote, let everyone know that you agree or you like what you saw, that you got a benefit out of it, as it does help the channel, help the school grow. But until next time, thank you very much, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye. Moink. Moink.